I heard we have a lot of viewers who are very excited about the Breath of the Wild review that's going to happen right now. We are the world first outlet to cover this game, to officially give it an official rating and review the game. So let's get to it. Guys, this is the attack on Breath of the Wild. Okay, everybody. Let's go. Get the fuck out of here, Joey. My switch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very exciting. Again, world exclusive Legend of Zelda review. Get on Twitter. Get ready. Get your Reddit fingers ready, because this is free karma. Legend of Zelda is a franchise that's respected all throughout the gaming industry, especially here. The roots of the franchise date all the way back to the NES and continue to influence games to this day. Yes, if we're going to play the game, we should probably plug it in. Thank you. But is this a worthy successor or just another whisper in the wind? I'm no gaming expert on the subject of Zelda or breaking official Nintendo embargoes. But I know someone who is. Our resident nerd, Nick Limon, is here to review the game. Nick, you're about to make internet history, Nick.
I am.
We're about to review the game.
And I might get in trouble. I mean, I won't, because the loopholes.
Okay.
We're fine.
Listen, Nick, first of all, I'm glad you came here. Let's really get this set in if we're gonna. We're good on this plug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the idea. You're gonna need these. About the idea of reviewing the game, as anyone would be. Very excited to be the first people. But I do have to ask, is this allowed? And it probably is not, right? We're we're definitely breaking the rules.
No, it's totally allowed. I mean, why wouldn't we be?
Okay. So because the only problem is I read the huge packet Nintendo gave us saying exactly what we could do and when, and it said we absolutely could not review the game until Thursday at 3 a.m.
Thursday 3 a.m., but it's Wednesday 4 p.m. So that means at least Thursday morning in Japan.
Oh.
It's a global release.
Oh, so it's out. You can start to. We're the only ones who understood that loophole.
Ding ding.
Wow.
Ding ding.
Wow. Guess that makes sense. And you do look like a smart guy. So let's go ahead. Let's review the game. Let's do it. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Are you guy ready? Let's do it. Where do we start with this review, Nick? Where do you want to introduce people to Breath of the Wild?
I think we should look at what's new. So let's just get the game loaded up right here. The first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is
there we go.
Yeah, we're fine. We got the sweeping vistas right here. So again, keep in mind this is only running at 900p.
It's beautiful.
This is on the dock, though.
This is the dock. You're not going to get this performance
exactly.
off the dock.
In tablet form, it's going to run at 720, but again, I don't think you'll really mind it when vistas look this gorgeous.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's way better than the footage even Nintendo showed. That's amazing.
Exactly. And as pretty as these vistas are, the areas that the dungeons are in really reflect the climate. So if you're in a snowy environment, the dungeon itself is going to be very cold and very hostile.
Wow.
So as you can see right here, I'm kind of making my way through and taking out fools left and right.
That's amazing. It looks way different than with the footage I saw before.
It's a lot more mature looking, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, this dungeon looks beautiful.
It's
forget
really
everything else I saw. I thought they were going to go more cell shading, but it looks massive, expansive. That looks great. Okay, so
I think you recognize a familiar face too.
Obviously, listen. I thought they were going with a different art style for Link, but do we have a shot of him close up?
Yeah, let me see if I can
Link
get the camera to
looks way different in this game.
So thankfully in this game, the new hardware really shows off the new Link, and he is just, for the first time in a while, Link is like anatomically correct, proportioned perfectly, and
yeah, I will say that's not the correct way to say that. Anatomically correct, it means he's got
his anatomy. He's
got
fine.
a dong.
Well, that too.
Oh, okay.
Huge.
That's an Easter egg. You're able to uncover that later. Let's go ahead. Okay. So Link obviously looks a little bit more mature, but there are probably other characters that look a little bit different. I saw this is a world reveal.
I'm trying to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, but it's no spoiler to reveal that the trusty steed, Epona, is back in the game.
Yes, back in the game. You can see it right here.
She looks a little different this time than last. She has horns this time, which is great for battering enemies.
A lot more hair, too.
A lot more hair. Very hairy, but it's more realistic that way. Link is a...
Well, it looks like they use the same grass physics they used on Epona, which is great. Looks very, very realistic.
It really blends in with the art direction. It looks like she belongs in the environment for the first time.
That's amazing, yeah. But that's not all. This is a little bit more There's the world reveal. Epona's not the only thing you can ride in the game. There are other animals you can ride, correct?
One of the new mechanics in the game is that you can actively hunt the creatures that are in the field, and should you tame them, you have the ability to mount and ride them wherever you want. So let me see if I got my stable right here. So early in the game, I got access to this lich. Again, minor spoilers. So let me see if I can get my favorite one. I found 2 feral cats. They're giant, as you can see. And this one's my favorite, the white and black one.
Wow, look at that. Well, first of all, internet's gonna love that. Adorable. Everyone loves a good cat. But you don't even have to feed it carrots anymore. Just belly rubs and smiles. It'll
way faster than Epona, too. Way faster.
Yeah, that's very nimble cats are. Okay, so that's not all. There are new mechanics too, beyond new characters and stuff. What are some of the new mechanics we can expect in the game?
So with the more realistic art direction, we have combat that feels a lot more realistic. For the first time, it's brutal. Link gets up close and personal, and he takes no prisoners whatsoever.
I knew there was going to be slow-mo combat, but this is...
I don't know how they got away with violence like this, because it's rated E10 and up.
Well, that's... oh, God!
Yeah, it's pretty
Link
damn brutal.
is a cold-blooded killer!
And then this one is particularly bad.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Oh, no!
No!
Okay, we should cut away. That's pretty bad.
I didn't know. They were getting real liberal with that E10 rating.
It's loose interpretation.
That's crazy.
Loose interpretation.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is obviously a more mature game.
Right, and it fits the aesthetic.
I'm sure we've ruined some people's childhood already. But let's continue going through the game here. It looks like that you're using the normal Master Sword and a shield.
You're not limited to that this time.
Not the only weapons in the game.
You have so many different weapons you can use.
Wow.
So, of course, we have the mainstay, the Master Sword. There's a new item called the Wabbajack, which is pretty cool. Then you have Link's bow, of course. You also have the hook shot, of course, really popular item.
Wow.
And then my favorite one, slight spoilers, the shiv.
Oh!
There is, again, spoilers, there is a prison sequence in the game where you have to break out armed with nothing more than a shiv. And let's just say it gets pretty damn violent.
Well, after that other footage, I can't imagine it's going to be anything less than that.
It's pretty gruesome,
but it's
as you can see right here.
Not use a sword. Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Link will stab a bitch. That's amazing.
We should probably cut away.
Oh yeah, that was getting real.
It's a bit much.
Link is a fucking killer. Okay, so I'm sure people are excited to see all this stuff. It's all new. But let's talk about some of the quintessential parts of Zelda that people might be expecting in the game. Is there any fan service for the longtime Zelda player?
I'm glad you asked. The first thing you notice when you boot up the game for the first time is the beautiful title screen with some even more beautiful music.
Oh.
Let's just take a listen, a quick listen.
Wow.
This is a Morgan J jam.
This is a Morgan J original.
Morgan J actually collaborated with Koji Kondo himself to revamp the old Ocarina of Time title screen music.
We should really...
And it's back here.
We should cut this music before it gets to the Wang part, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's cut that. We're totally full up on our Wang quota. But that's not all. There is new music. There's also a new cooking mechanic. You're not heart containers anymore. You don't find them, little pieces of
for the first time in a while, you don't find health in the field anymore. You actually have to cook your own food. So using different items, you cook different meals to prep different status effect potions or meals. So
that's some high-res cheese.
Cheese and apples, when you combine them, it gives you a a stamina replenishment. And then there's bread and cheese. That's a stealth replenishment. And you also have a health with bread and cheese.
Wow.
And I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever seen bread rendered so realistically.
Oh, when I look at that, I can only think of one thing. Yes, cheese. That is not all, though, because there are some things that are naturally going to feel a little bit icky, but that's just because it's new to the game. So, like, jumping feels weird because you can jump in the game.
You can jump. There is a dedicated jump button, and for the first time, there is a climbing mechanic. And so...
Well, you get out of here. There's a climbing mechanic.
Exactly. I haven't seen climbing like this since Assassin's Creed. For the first time, it feels like Link is an actual parkour expert.
Oh my God, I can see this.
Just look at how he effortlessly
this blows it out of the water.
The mountain. And the thing that I really like, you have to be strategic about it. Your stamina is slowly draining while you scale the mountain.
You can't just stand there and do the Running Man challenge all day. Exactly. You have to eventually climb that mountain.
You got to rest and then rebuild your stamina before you can make it to the top.
That is amazing.
It's a really cool mechanic.
Does it ever feel a little bit buggy, though?
It feels a little bit glitchy. Like, there are some moments where I get stuck on a piece of geometry and I feel like I gotta jump over and over again before I can climb it.
Hey, listen, the game is not perfect, but
Right.
Overall, it sounds like new players are going to have a blast, but old
Exactly.
players are going to see some more familiar faces. So this is where it starts to get real spoilery.
Yeah,
So
I don't-
if you guys want to find these things on your own, turn the stream off. But let's get to some of the characters they might expect to see.
Keeping this as spoiler-free as possible, my favorite person to see here is do you remember that organ grinder dude from the original Ocarina?
Yeah, he got the little
The one with
wavy
the-
thing, and he did the. Yeah, I remember
Well,
that.
he's back, but this time he's a little more stylized, a little more like anime-ified. He's an actual animal this time.
Oh my God.
But he still gets down.
Oh.
And this time, Link gets down with him. Let's
Okay,
listen,
he
let's
looks
listen.
way different.
How cool is that?
Wow. Oh, and it looks like Link. I never liked how Link just stood there when the organ grinder was playing his heart out, but now Link is boogieing. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so we have the organ grinder.
And then we also have another person dressed in green.
Oh.
You might recognize him. He annoyed a lot of people, but me, I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he's like cute or whatever, silly. Tingle's back.
Oh my God.
And let's see, I
love
think
Tingle.
we can
Is
find
this
him.
where
Yeah,
we
there he is
found
right
the
here. It's just a random encounter.
Oh wow. Tingle looks way different.
He's still
Really angry,
He fights
too.
back too. He actually has a drinking problem in this game. That's a side quest to get him to stop drinking. It's great.
Oh my God. Wow, I never thought I'd see Tingle in this light, but that's way more interesting. I'm glad I finally get to stab him too.
It's great.
Now, Tingle, fun little Easter egg, not what is on everybody's mind. The message boards are lighting up because they're wondering about one character in particular.
big baddie.
Who's the bad guy? Who's
big
it
baddie.
going to be? And to that I say, like, isn't it obvious who it's going to be?
Absolutely.
It's same as almost every other Zelda game, but if you want to reveal it, who is the main bad guy in this game?
So it's always so obvious that it's going to be this particular baddie, but fans like being comforted by the fact that, yes, you will be fighting Macho Man Randy Savage in the game. I can confirm.
I knew people would be like, is he going to be in the game? Of course he's in the game. He's in every game.
He's iconic. The way he delivers his lines is just absolutely stunning, especially with the new realistic graphics. It is just a delight to be here.
Oh!
It's so
Oh
good.
my God. Holy shit. Instilling fear into all of Hyrule's hearts. Forever and always, I'm going to
back.
say. Really, he is back and he is better than ever. Wow. And the game looks great. He looks great. Everything looks great. I pretty much know what you're going to say about this game. I'd be surprised otherwise. But Nick, how would you feel overall about this game? Can you recommend it to new players, old players? How do you feel about the overall package?
So overall, the thing that really stands out the most about Breath of the Wild is just how obvious it is about all of its inspirations. Sure, the brutal difficulty and assortment of weapons really feel like a new Dark Souls game, and the huge open field and all the different gameplay options really take some serious cues from Skyrim.
I did see a lot of that.
But that's the game's biggest problem, though.
Oh.
It takes so much inspiration from everything else. It doesn't leave any room to be original, and that's one of the fundamental issues I have with Breath of the Wild.
Really?
I mean, it feels like a game we've all just seen and played before back in 2011. So
Nick, you got a laser on.
I
Okay. Oh my. What? Oh, it turns out we weren't allowed to do that. Shit. Don't talk about the game at all.
Yeah, the embargo.
Do you want to be new Nick? Joey's new Nick. Come on out here. Wow. That really was against the rules. Looks like you guys will have to wait until Friday, unfortunately, for the actual review of the game. We'll be doing a real review of the game on Friday. This was a joke. That was modded Skyrim, everybody. Get it, mad people in the chat? So if you want to catch that, that'll be this Friday, along with the review of the system itself. We'll give you all the deets on it, because we're allowed to show off stuff like that on Friday's show. But if you want to hear more about speculations on the game and on the Switch and on the future of the console, they'll be talking. Nick, Joey, and Los will all be...
Nick, but
Not Nick.
Los and I. Nick's dead.
Oh, Nick is dead. So it'll be a one-on-one, very, very intense stare-off between Nick and Joey on today's Spitting Game podcast right after today's attack. So if you want more Switch talk, more gaming talk, more overall... What are you guys talking about today?
Everything.
Everything gaming.
All the gaming news.
That's a
You know
very
what?
informed man.
The Oculus price went down. Did you know
Oculus
that?
price went down. A lot of stuff out of GDC. So that's today, right after the show. Check Spitting Game.